Alright, boys and girls, in today's video we're going to go over everything we have found out about the new update, and it's kind of shocking. Well, I'm not really shocked because it's ZOS doing ZOS things, but we're going to go over a lot of information that may be out there that might not be correct. I've been seeing quite a few of this, and it's not necessarily the people's fault, it's ZeniMax's fault because they're just shit. But first, can we talk about the new Myst? It doesn't work for me. Like, most of the time, it doesn't work. Now, obviously, this is a me problem because Godzilla and a lot of Americans aren't having issues with it. So it's definitely, I think, to do with my latency. I know Malcolm said he was having trouble with it. I know he plays with, there we go, we got one. I know he plays with a bit higher ping too. Now, I think a lot of people are quick to discredit this kind of stuff because it's like, well, I'm not Australian, I'm American, and that's fine, but you got to remember that as soon as Cyrodiil gets a bit laggy, what it is like for me outside of Cyrodiil is going to be the same for you when it gets laggy. So if I'm having issues with it now, you're going to have issues with it later on in Cyrodiil when it gets laggy. Sometimes if I double tap it, I can get it to go off a little bit more reliably, but even then it's not 100% of the time, and it's not targeting. I've tried all sorts of things in regards to targeting, and yeah, anyway. Let's move on. This is just something I thought I would mention really quickly at the start. Alright, so something else that we need to get out of the way really quickly is the changes to Bloodthirsty. Now, I think myself and everyone that read this took it as they're increasing the floor. So someone at higher health, you're going to get more of that weapon damage earlier on, and this seemed really good. It, you know, slight damage increase up in the high end. Now, it doesn't seem to be that at all. What they were talking about was the difference between white jewelry and gold jewelry. So pretty much this is no big deal. It's a slight tiny little buff if you're running purple jewelry and not gold jewelry. But yeah, ZeniMax needs to be very careful with their stuff because it's awful. Their tooltips, Gina does it, I think. I think it's time for someone else to at least be proofreading it or something, because this isn't the first time we've got a major mistake like this. Now, granted, that being said, I haven't personally tested this, so I will be getting to that. I just didn't quite have time for this video, but it is what I've been hearing for quite a few different people, that this is the way that Bloodthirsty is interacting, or working, should I say. Next up is, you may have seen some of these screenshots. You've seen it in the thumbnail of Snake in the Stars tooltips, and people were saying that Maliketh and Necro passives and a lot of things were buffing this set. So we set out today to test that, potentially for a build where we can just get stupid, crazy damage out of this set. Because as you can see, I've got Maliketh on and it's 3,300 Daedric damage. So this has been buffed. Obviously, if I take Maliketh off, it goes down to the 2,848. We have tested minor, major buffs. They do not buff this set. Maliketh does not buff this set. Druakin, the set that you're seeing right there that is increase your damage by 330, that isn't buffing the set. Pretty much, as far as we can see, Shieldbreaker, pretty much everything isn't buffing this set. Even though it is buffing the tooltip, it isn't actually buffing the damage that is done. So if you are seeing these, I think I sent a 3.5k Snake in the Stars. 2,848 seems to be, that's it. No matter what your buffs, debuffs, sets you're wearing. And let's be honest, that is a good thing. This set is already really strong, so we didn't need it to be buffed from outside sources. even though I'm kind of sad not to see a Malekith meta return. So I think, yeah, just be aware of that even though your tooltip might change, it's not actually changing. Alright, now Mag-Sorc, for those that are OG viewers of this channel, would know that I used to be a Mag-Sorc main. I was a Mag-Sorc main for years and years and years, and seeing these changes to Mag-Sorc got me really excited. So we did have a look at the shield changes and stuff. So those that don't know, it now can scale off your max health, and they did some other little tweaks here and there, and they buffed Harden by 10%. So we did some testing on the live server versus the PTS to give you guys a rough understanding of where the shields are right now. So the scaling is pretty much identical from PTS to the live server minus that 10%. So if you had 45k max magic on the live server and 45k health on the PTS, that shield would be around the same size plus the 10%. So to give you an idea, on the PTS, we had 40k health, we had a 9.7k hardened ward, and then on the live server with 40k magic, we had 8.8k hardened ward. It's really gonna... I can't say yet if Mag-Sorc is going to become meta again or whatever, but this definitely opens up the opportunity of building a weapon damage or spell damage Sorc instead of having to stack max magic. And realistically, it's not hard to hit, say, 33, 34k without really giving up anything, and it's really not that hard to hit 40k health by just some attributes. So I don't think Mag-Sorc's definitely going to come out of that low D tier area and maybe up into the mids, but I don't know yet if it's going to be enough for Mag-Sorc to become, you know, A tier or S tier. Definitely XV1, I think it's going to be very strong, but 1vx, only time will tell. Anyway, guys, I stream here and there when I can be bothered, and I do a lot of this testing on stream, so if you want to be a part of that, follow me on Twitch. Also, if you have anything that you're wondering or want to see tested, leave in the description. I do want to do, there's a lot more testing to do, I just can't chuck it all in one video. But that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.